Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Etude House Active Proof Shield Wear Colour Tint. I picked these up because the product description sounded really interesting. They're supposed to be like waterproof or like sweat resistant products, which is very different. And I just thought that they would be really fun to try out. I wasn't expecting them, however, to be so small. Like, they are very, very little tints, so there is that. So for these products, the product description says, it expresses a vibrant lip colour that does not fall under various activities. Apply for persistence and wait at least 30 seconds. It is a comfortable, silky matte texture without drying. It is a handy size that can be carried easily. The colour tint protects your lip colour by repelling water like a shield. These tints come packaged in very interesting packaging. They are really small. I wasn't expecting them to be quite so short, but it does say that they are supposed to be pocket sized, so I guess that is why. They have the colour that they are supposed to be down the bottom, which is very handy, so I know what colour I'm supposed to be picking up. And then on the top they have a really interesting sort of like description of people that look like they're swimming, I think. It's hard to tell. They also have a doe foot applicator to apply the product easily. There are 3 colours in the collection, and I think that all of the colours are really pretty. I of course don't really like the orange, but honestly in terms of oranges it's not too bad because it's more of like a dusty pumpkin-y orange than it is a bright orange. RD301 is a pretty red colour. This is what RD301 looks like as a gradient. My lips are a little bit stained from the previous swatches. Because this is the darkest, I'm going to be doing it last, but I did it first in the arm swatches. I don't know why I did that. So my lips are already a little bit stained, but not so badly that you cannot see the colour. But this is what it looks like as a gradient. So this is what RD301 looks like as a full lip application. I actually really like this red. It's a bit more of a pinky red than anything else. All of the shades in this collection are very pinky coloured, which means that they work better for me. I find that the general KVD red shades are like really vibrant reds, whereas this is not so bright. So I actually really like it. Overall, they're very easy to apply, they stick to my lips really nicely, and they don't feel super drying, at least to start with. So this is RD301. PK01 looks like it's going to be a really pretty pink by looking at the outside of the packet, but it's actually kind of like a peach colour, which is really bizarre. I don't know why they didn't just make this outer colour peach to match it. It's not the end of the world, but I was expecting this pink colour, which it's not. So this is what it looks like as a gradient colour. Actually, because this one is lighter, I kind of pulled it more towards the outer of my lip and then just kind of left the inside a little bit darker, but it's kind of hard to build up. It's not the darkest shade ever, so it doesn't work that well as a gradient for generalized, or what most people think a gradient would be, or what most people would want their gradient to look like. But for me it works really well because I don't want my gradient to be so severe. So this is what it looks like as a gradient, and now I will do the rest of the lips. And this is what it looks like as a full lip colour, so it does not look like the same colour as the tube, but I actually think that the colour is really pretty nonetheless. This one is the one that I get the most wear out of, probably not very surprisingly. So this is PK01. OR201 is an orange colour that I don't particularly like. What a surprise, said no one ever. So this is what this colour looks like as a gradient. I don't mind it as a gradient because it is mixing in really nicely with the pink of my actual lips itself, so I don't mind it. Still not my favourite colour. And this is what it looks like as a full lip colour. Again, it's not my favourite, but it's also not bad. I'm just not a huge fan of oranges. This one does have a bit of a pinky tone, so it's not too bad, but it's still not my favourite out of the collection. But this is OR201. So overall for these tints, I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't really like watery tints all that much anyway, but because these are supposed to be like active proof, I was assuming that they were going to last really, really, really well. My favourite tints for long wear are the Face Shop tints. I've got the Disney edition ones and they are just so good, and they have like little Mickey Mouse ears on top, and I love them so much. These don't come anywhere near as close to being long lasting in comparison to those ones. I found that they didn't last for like a decent amount of time at all, maybe like 3 to 4 hours before starting to wear off in the centre, and that's without eating or drinking. If I was to eat or drink, they would last a lot less time. So it's kind of disappointing to see that they don't really last that way, but I guess I'm not really doing any active activities. So one could say that I'm not using them for their proper purpose, but I don't go out swimming. It is the middle of winter right now and I'm not going to. I could get in the shower with them, I guess, but why would you do that in the first place? I didn't feel like it did anything that a normal lipstick wouldn't do. So I kind of, like, as much as these feel like very like hyped products, like oh my gosh, you can wear them through anything, you can take them swimming and the lipstick won't come off, I feel like it's not really anything special, unfortunately for me. I did, however, like the colour of the pink. I thought that the pink colour was really nice. So overall, they're not products that I would recommend unless you really want something that is very petite sized and comes in these 3 shades, I guess, because they are slightly different from your regular K-beauty shades in terms of water tints, which would usually be very bright colours. These are a little bit more subdued, which I think is really nice, but I don't think that the formula is anything special. Thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you in the next one.